Good afternoon, good morning. I just want to say that my name is Juan Carlos Gil, and I've been a long-standing member of Shake a Leg Miami. I just want to go on record in saying the following. Shake a Leg Miami has been very important in my life. Harry Horgen, the former CEO, and in my eyes, the current CEO still, has fought against government, against other individuals with non-disabilities to have this three-story building in this iconic organization that if you see in your infomercials, you have had people from New York come down just to come to Shake a Leg Miami. Harry did this. Dr. Barf Green did this. Not the new organization, not Dawn, not Maria, not Mr. Preston, Harry. So, by saying that, I just would like to continue. I feel that Harry Horgan, as an individual with disabilities, has done more for the disability population than anybody that I have seen. Harry started working at Shake a Leg since 1982 in Newport, Rhode Island. He came down in 1992 because of Dr. Barf Green. He started this organization with one boat. One boat led to nine boats. Around 10 years old or 1992, Harry got me on board as a student. Harry got me under his wing, and I feel very devoted to him and to the way he leads. But again, this is not about me, this is about the organization as such. Let me continue. Mr. Preston is being questioned right now on his loyalty, on his manner of how he poses towards the board. In my interaction with Mr. Preston, I feel that he's a fair man, but I don't feel that he is nowhere near the right man for the right caliber to be the volunteer coordinator or be the volunteer liaison between the volunteers and the board of trustees of Shake a Leg Miami. I have I have never had the opportunity to vote him as the liaison, and because of so, I feel very disgusted with this action. I feel that the people that voted him was a small little group of individuals that do not care about people with disabilities. Nor myself, Juan Carlos Gil, nor Kerry Gruesome, nor Johnny Garcia never knew about this. He just got appointed. I feel that not once Mr. Preston has come to me and said, Juan Carlos, how could we work better at Shake a Leg to help the individuals with disabilities? That has never happened. And I feel that as a volunteer representative, he should be asking those questions, not being so unprofessional about things. The first time I really had a really strong communication with Mr. Preston was at Boca Chica with the University of Miami Physical Therapy Department on February 25th, 2011, or somewhere around there. And we talked about how the different ways of what Shake a Leg Miami is going about. And I asked him the simple question. I said, what is, why haven't Shake a Leg Miami asked individuals with disabilities how they think that Shake a Leg should be run as an accessibility water sports center or something along those lines? And Mr. Preston said, and I quote, "Oh, I never thought about that. I never thought that the individuals with disabilities had a vote. But you're right, I should ask. That's why I'm supposedly volunteer coordinator or a representative. I feel that with that being said, that was irrefutably the wrong answer he should have answered when I asked that question. In my eyes and in my belief, he's the wrong person for that job and should be thought about and should have been vetted prior to the commitment. And I should have had a vote to put him in office if he so would have deserved that. I honestly do not feel he deserves that. There's people out in Shake a Leg as volunteers that has been there for over 10 years that are more deserving than Mr. Preston. Mr. Preston just recently I believe has been at Shake a Leg no more than 5 years. And because of that he has this right or this honor. I feel that's not right. Furthermore, I feel that Shake a Leg Miami is looking at Harry Horgan the wrong way. Everybody says that Harry Horgan is this and is that. The way I see it is Harry Horgan is a man that has a vision and wants to fulfill, at least in every person's life, the chance to go to Shake a Leg Miami. It's very hard for individuals with disabilities to pay astronomically high prices to go sailing. Just recently, I brought to Shake a Leg Miami a woman that's an above knee amputee. And if it was not for Harry Horgan that allowed me, I wouldn't have been able to bring her. She's a student and she cannot afford the astronomically high prices that Shake a Leg asks or charge to rent a boat or rent kayaks. I feel that Shake a Leg Miami is going in the wrong direction, and with Mr. Ed Preston on board, the volunteer population is being unserved and unjusted. So I'm pleading you and imploring you, rethink your nomination for Mr. Ed Preston, and I first or second the immediate expulsion of Mr. Ed Preston of Shake a Leg Miami. Shake a Leg Miami needs somebody that cares about the volunteers and that has the volunteers' best of heart. If it wasn't for the volunteer core group, Shake a Leg Miami would not exist. I know of families that because of the move that happened where Harry Horgan is no longer the CEO and Mr. Don is, I've seen families being destroyed. I've seen families that had a home at Shake a Leg Miami not have a home anymore. And it's very disturbing. They're slowly coming back, but it's not right. I feel that whoever made a unilateral decision of having individuals that have served as volunteers primarily over 10-15 years and expunged their records just because they cannot find in their servers the history of volunteers and start from scratch, I feel that's not right. Some of us, we have had over 2,500 hours or more. And in one fell swoop, we go back to zero? No, I'm sorry, that is incorrect. It needs to be thought about. And Mr. Ed Preston, as the volunteer coordinator or organizer or representative of individuals with disabilities, should have automatically stood up for our rights of volunteers. Shake a Leg Miami serves over 10,000 people, privileged, not privileged, less fortunate, people with disabilities, people without, and most of all, the general community. But people that are less fortunate and people that have disabilities do not have the funds to afford to go to Shake a Leg Miami and spend, I guess, $150 for a series for sailing on a boat. It's very expensive. It's very expensive. And I myself, I feel that Harry Horgan elected me to be the ambassador of Shake Lake Miami. I'm proud to have that honor and that position. But when the new government came into play, I do not know where I stand anymore. And it's very detrimental. Because of that, I've slowly, even though I'm with Shake Lake, I've moved on to different venues. As you all know, I'm an athlete and I love what I do, and I'm a very strong proponent for sailing, hand cycling, and now recently scuba diving. I just want to say that this video is done because Harry Horgan is going in front of the committee to see if he should be brought back in or not. And most of all, I feel that this is also to destitute Mr. Ed Preston out of his current charge as volunteer organizer, committee member, or a volunteer chairman for the volunteer organization. I first or second the immediate removal of Mr. Ed Preston of his charge and put somebody that's deserving, physically impaired or non-physically impaired, in this charge. I feel that there's other people well suited for this charge other than him. Once again, I'm currently on a plane going towards Dallas, Texas, and then going to Cozumel. So unfortunately, I cannot be on the phone, but I will be Eastern Standard Time, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. So you could contact me and I will be on telephone communication. You have my information in your internal servers. I implore you, please contact me and hear my plea of justice. This is Juan Carlos Gil. Thank you so much. And thank you, Harry, for all your work. And you mean the world to me. Thank you, sir.